What up, YouTube fam? It's your man, Logician, back with some more true science and hot knowledge. And I wanted to go over I wanted to talk about the black woman's attitude problem. And this, I know it's a real sensitive, touchy situation. And all the videos I'm doing are create a cohesive, synthesis and overall analysis of the relationship between black men, black women, and how society has, affected, the process of just living a normal life here in America and just being people. So all my videos go together. So if you see this video, don't look at it in isolation to the other videos. Watch the other videos I do too. I talk about other sides of the issue. I just generally try to cover everything 360 degrees, so you can see everything from different dimensions and get a clearer picture from it. Oftentimes we only make one-sided arguments without putting ourselves in the other person's shoes or taking a different point of view. And that's what I'm doing here. But it's interesting. I was watching some of the other videos about some of the other sisters talking about, the black women's attitude or bitter black women, and one of the things that struck me is that there aren't that many of them. First of all, it seems like the presence of black women on YouTube really talking and expressing about how women can deal with the problems that they face being a single black mother or something like that. Like, YouTube is not really a tool that seems to be used for that purpose by a lot of black women. But if you're talking about hair or makeup or something like that, then it's on. So I just would encourage more black women to use YouTube as an educational tool. You can watch fun stuff and stuff about your hair and makeup, but I mean, if you got problems and issues, it's a lot of people on here that's talking about it. Maybe some stuff on here that can help you. But as far as black women's attitude, it's hard growing up in this society as a black woman. I know because I'm a black man, and I saw, what my mother had to do raising 3 kids by herself. Simple as that. So I witnessed it, man. Lived in the projects, ate government cheese, had food stamps, the whole 9 yards, man. I saw how hard it was for my mother, and I saw the fact that my father wasn't there, how it affected her. And it's easy for bitterness to set in, for black women and black men too. There's a lot of black men that's been dogged out by black women. So on both sides, it's easy to become bitter. It's easy to become bitter at the society that that still has institutionalized racism, and that's still very prevalent in our society. So black women. One of the things about younger black women is that when you don't have a man in a home, which most black women don't nowadays, young women coming up with like the last 5 to 10 years, a lot of their attitude is really not genuine to them, or didn't start with them per se. It starts with their mother. A lot of black women with these, and this doesn't cover all black women, of course, but a lot of black women with the sort of are known for this sort of loud mouth, completely disrespectful, unmodest behavior is really passed on by their bitter mothers. And their mothers made, a lot of black women made, a lot of women, period, make bad decisions in the men they choose to be with or had children with. And I've covered that in my other videos too. On top of that, being a black woman and dealing with the stresses and strains of society, it just piles it all on. So it was interesting. I was listening to the radio, and this one young sister was on the radio saying, it was late night. She was apologizing to her boyfriend for cussing him out or something over nothing. And she said, it was interesting. She said, "I know I have an attitude problem, and I'm trying to work on it, but I just don't know how to get rid of it." She said something to that effect. And she was acknowledging the fact that she had an attitude problem, and it was affecting her relationship. She was driving her black man away. The black man, she was forcing him away and driving him out of her life because of her attitude, and she didn't know how to. But she was calling the radio station and say, "Look, I need help." And she was acknowledging the fact that she had a problem. You know, and I think a lot of black women's problems with their relationship, stuff like that. If they admit it, yeah, we do have a problem. It is something wrong here. You know, acknowledging the fact that your own choices in life may have contributed to the situation that you're in now, rather than blaming everybody else. So that was very interesting, and I think a lot of healing needs to take place, a lot of forgiveness. If somebody did you wrong, you have to forgive them. You know, or else holding on to bitterness is not going to help you make your life better. You're just going to be on another DVD, another Tyra Banks show, another Oprah show, talking about what you don't have and how you ain't got this, how you ain't got that. But the fact of the matter is, as human beings, we need to learn from our mistakes, and we need to heal. And understand we all need to work together. And I'm making this video about black women, but I made series about black men too. So like I said, I'm covering all sides of the issue. And in order for us to come together as a whole cohesive unit, like we used to be, we're going to have to get over all of this nonsense and stop being so selfish and self-centered, and learn to forgive each other, and again learn to serve one another again, as a people, man, as a nation. Now this is whatever's happening in the black community is happening in all other communities in America, just not as bad. Okay, so being selfish, always trying to get yours and all this other kind of nonsense that the people up top have used it, have infiltrated and used their subconscious programming through the media, music, and etc. in order to divide us as a people, not just black people, but as Americans. So we end up fighting amongst ourselves. So we don't pay attention to the $3.5 trillion that they just stole over the last year, the biggest bank robbery in the history of mankind, or transfer of debt, however you want to look at it. So we're not paying attention to what's going on a global scale, because we're too busy fighting with each other. So anyway, that's my little rant on the situation. As far as black women's attitudes, I think it really stems from a lot of hurt and pain, and then it gets passed down to the next generation. But if there's no forgiveness and there's no healing, it'll just the cycle continue to go on. And at some point we'll have like 95% of black babies born out of wedlock, and AIDS and poverty and destruction and death and ignorance, and just be what it is, like it's already not. So anyway, it's got to stop somewhere. But everybody has to take responsibility for their own actions. So, and this goes for everybody. So anyway, y'all continue to spread love, and continue to stay up. And help each other. Help some of these young sisters that's out here that don't have nobody, that don't have no husband. I mean, no father figure in their life. If you see some of these young sisters out here struggling, you're gonna have to pull them up too. Just like you're gonna have to pull the young brothers up. That's just what it is. That's what we've always done. That's what we're supposed to be doing. But we allow the people up top, with their twisted, materialistic system, to get us away from our spiritual values, and praying together, and going to church together, and that's what really held us down as a people. So anyway, y'all stay up.